Hi and hello, America. We are back. We are here to give you what you have been craving, which is a full on discussion concerning a retro show, which is, of course, Power Rangers Lost Galaxy.
Oh, see,
So,
that's not what I was thinking.
oh, I mean, there's
I
many retro
I, I,
shows.
I was I was talking with Hulu and Postmates on Twitter last night, and I decided that I really wanted a cheesesteak and tasty cakes and a Hank's black cherry soda, and now
Oh my God.
that's like all I
Are
want.
you going? Are you going full on Philly? Like you're just thinking you're back in Philadelphia
Yeah.
right now.
Well, I mean,
I
so
mean,
their question was what is your current late night craving? So I was like, I just really want like a giant sloppy cheesesteak. That was
oh, oh, dude, yo, like I've been buying sliced thin sliced steak from Kroger, and it's better than Steakums. And I just go ahead and I make my own Philly cheesesteak. I buy the French roll, blah blah blah, bada bing bada boom. I can make my own cheese whiz if I want on the stove, or
mm,
throw on some regular American cheese.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, Freaking good, freaking good. That's my suggestion to you.
I will have to look for that. I've got steakums in the freezer right now. I've got some rolls that I'm thawing out because I was gone for the past week. So like short notice, I threw all of my lunch meat into the freezer. I threw my bread and my rolls into the freezer. Pulled them out this
Uh,
morning. I was like, "Ah, I can't eat any of this stuff because it's all frozen."
all right, so do you do the onions and the bell peppers?
Yep.
Uh,
I need to replace my
what
peppers though because I had two and I left them in the fridge and now I've got like little brown spots on them. I was like, I have to throw those away.
yeah, bah. What kind of cheese do you use?
I use Whiz. I know,
Do you,
yeah, I know a lot of people use like provolone,
yeah.
but or sometimes American, but I'm a whiz guy. It's so much easier because I'll dump it into the frying pan as I'm cooking the steak. So let it
Okay.
let like just
They have.
get all gooey and like
I
suck
found
up all
like
the
a
grease.
box. I found like a box, like a almost like Velveeta, but it's promoted as like the cheese you would use for Philly,
Huh,
and
interesting.
that's what I get. And then you can put it inside of like a saucepan,
Right.
like a saucepan, and it melts down and turns into the actual
Huh.
like American cheese whiz. You just pour it on top.
I
I've
will
done that.
I will have to
Sometimes it
look
takes a
for
little
that.
bit, so it's like screw it provolone or like a cheese blend or something.
So
But
so so I know everyone in the audience right now is like, oh, they're talking about cheesesteaks. How is this even relevant? So my next question to you is though, so Tasty Cakes is the like the East Coast, like Little Debbie or Weiss potato chips or Dirty Chips is one of my favorites. What are your favorite Tasty Cakes?
oh, dude, honestly, the tasty cakes, I do like the. They have like a lemon one with like a little weird frosting thing
You know,
on it.
I'm not
Like
I'm
it's
not
really
a fan of
just like
lemon
just
cakes.
vanilla one.
I
Uh,
don't not like them, but it's just I'm like, if I want lemon, I'm gonna drink like lemonade or
oh, I
or
get it.
something
I
or
get it.
like lemon candy maybe. But just like
I get it.
like as a lemon meringue and that kind of stuff, I've never been into it.
Dude, if I can get a good moist lemon cake, forget about it. I'm good. I'm happy with it. But I'll take the vanilla one. I heard Tasty Cakes, which I'm not sure of. I heard Tasty Cakes does this thing now where they have almost like a black and white cake, like a black and white cookie.
Huh?
Seen it. I've never seen it,
I
but
haven't
I've
seen
heard.
those. I know Little Debbie's also has like the Little Debbie fudge rounds that are kind of like the American Cookie Company like
Yeah.
things. They have peanut butter ones now.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
haven't found those yet, but those are my favorite tasty cakes. Are the chocolate peanut butter, cupcake things.
Oh, dude. See, that takes me back. That makes me like want to go back to a bodega. And I mean, when I say bodega, I mean a real place that has to have a bodega cat. If
Yep.
there's a bodega cat, it doesn't count. But
Or
all right,
chickens.
sorry. Ooh, or chickens. That's when you're going real. That's
Yeah.
when you're because you're like, oh, where's the cat? Oh no, Poppy, the cat not here because I got my chicken. Oh, you're like, oh well, that makes sense. But we have to talk about Power Rangers here, man.
Yeah.
We if
I'm
we go
getting to
on,
it. Damon
hey,
they made Damon a cake. I
genius.
want to know what does everyone think? What are you guys watching? What did you think about that cake that Kendricks had made for Damon? Like it
Dude, It wasn't shredded coconut or anything. It was just like vanilla frosting and chocolate on the
That's
inside,
what.
right?
Yeah, it looked like a bunch of layers with like frosting in between, and then just chocolate vanilla frosting. Looked very
Which
basic.
I am not against. I am not against. I'm down for that kind of cake. It's simple, but I like the whole chocolate vanilla thing. Like when I go to like for example, In and Out. I'll tell them I don't want a Neapolitan, but I'll go for a vanilla chocolate shake mix.
Man,
It's
now
good.
now talking about shakes, I went on my drive home. So last night, yesterday afternoon, I drove home from I was up in Santa Cruz. It's like five hours north of here. On my way back, I was like, all right, I need to get lunch. There's a Sonic on the way, so I stopped by Sonic. I got myself like a foot long chili cheese dog, and you just flipped sideways for some reason. I'm not sure what's going on there. And it was happy hour, so I could have gotten like a shake or a slushy at half price, but I was like, I don't. It's gonna be in the car. I don't want to do this, but now I should have done that. I should have gotten a shake.
Well, you know what? A lot of shoulda, coulda, woulda. One shoulda, coulda, woulda would have been where it's like, hey, let's go shopping, so this way, what's her name, Maya doesn't eat the freaking cake
Or
because she.
Kendricks could have put a label on it that said, "Hey, don't eat."
True, but I
You know,
feel like mine would have been like, "Yo, I'm still starving, and no one went to get the food, so I'm just gonna eat it." In the end of the story.
I don't know. My she doesn't seem like that type to me. She seems like she would uh um not obey. Obey is the wrong word. Uh,
Kind of respect
respect.
authority,
Yeah, yeah,
or
yeah. She would respect the fact that someone put a label on this saying this is specifically for something else. Please don't eat it.
but then again, I mean, clearly you see that her and Kendricks were just like bumping heads. They were so upset
Yeah,
with each
but
other.
later on,
That it's
when
like,
Maya found out that it was for that was a birthday party after during that whole fight scene, they're running around and she sees that storefront and she's
yeah,
like, oh shit, this was for a birthday. Now I understand why Kendricks was so upset. So to me, that kind of indicates that she would have known, not like, okay, this isn't something that I should eat.
well, see, my only problem was that we've had this kind of situation before, where the two Rangers, and it being honest, it feels like you're taking the agency away from women by making them catty against each other. Like it's something that we've seen happen before on Power Rangers. It's something that we always see on television. It's a stupid writing trope that makes it easy for you to say, "Oh, hey, you know how women are. They all hate each other," and it's like, come on,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
We could
it
we could
was
doing something a little bit
it
bigger,
was a
better.
it was a plot device, which I mean happens so often in Power Rangers, where it's just like, okay, they're gonna do this one thing at the beginning of the episode, and it's going to spawn all this other stuff that's going to be fallout, even though it was a really stupid thing. And this kind of was like, it could have been avoided. Uh, yeah, Maya probably shouldn't have eaten the cake because it wasn't hers. But at the same time, she
Yeah.
comes from a different culture, so you kind of have to understand that. Like,
Yeah, I was not cool with her, like Kendrick's saying, that, well, maybe in the jungle you guys do this, but I'm like, F you and your white privilege. Like, I want to say it for a moment because she kind of pissed me off with that stuff. Saying stuff like that was like, hey, Kendricks, whoa, chill a
I
little bit,
think you,
man.
you know
Like,
I chalk that up to the writing. Like, I understood what they were going for there, and because of the writing style for the show, and because it's aimed at kids, it's going to be a certain thing. So I wasn't so much bothered by the way they were saying it, just more the fact that it actually happened.
I guess, yeah, it's one of those. Well, it was a different time.
Yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
was a
Well,
different time. It
you
was
know,
it was the
so,
'90s.
this reminds me of not really off topic, but complete side topic. When you remember my old roommate Sean.
Yep.
So I was making, I don't remember what I was making, but I needed eggs and I only had one left, and he had a bunch of eggs that had been in the fridge for a while, and he was at work. So I sent him a text. I was like, "Hey, dude, I'm gonna use your eggs, but I'm going out in a couple of hours. I will buy new ones, and they'll be here before you get home from work. So I was
Cool.
like, all right, I'm gonna use. I'm just letting you know that when you get home, you're going to have an entire carton of eggs instead of just the half a carton that you had left, because that's, if I'm gonna use someone's stuff, I'm gonna replace it with a whole thing.
You're gonna be a nice
He
person,
was
you
he
know?
was so upset about that. Like he
Right.
started writing
So,
his name on like all of his stuff in there, and I was like,
so,
how does this make any sense?
but he did get home, and there were new
Yeah,
eggs. Dude, man, forget it. It would have been one of those where it's like, oh, okay, now I know. I won't tell you. I'll just do
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
You know, like it's better to ask for forgiveness and permission. You know, it's one of those where it's like,
It
I'm
was
not gonna
just
have to deal with that
it's
anymore.
just such
But
a funny thing.
that's funny because it does relate to this
Yeah,
episode still.
yeah.
I mean, you think about it, it was like, okay, if she happened to eat the cake and then found another one and replaced it,
Which it looked like
we wouldn't have had that break in the team.
from that storefront. It looked like she would have been able to, because all the cakes that were in that storefront looked exactly the same as the cake that she made. A couple of them had like different color frosting on them, but they all looked like they were
Oh, true,
exactly the same style.
true,
Also,
true.
I'm
Uh-huh.
gonna ask the guys in our chat here who are watching. Do you think that this whole thing with it being Damon's birthday was just a thing to get him out of the episode? Because I noticed during all the fights and everything, he wasn't there. We didn't see him at all until the very end, which leads me to believe that the Green Ranger didn't exist in any of the footage that they were using from the Sentai counterpart.
Mm, I don't know because right. Let me see. Because Damon, they put the dome around the girls.
Right.
But after the dome was there, we
Or
had
no, no,
the
no.
the. Oh,
They
I mean,
were
let's talk about it now.
they were
We had
outside
the.
the dome, and then they
No, I know. But I'm saying let's talk about it now
yeah, yeah,
also
yeah, yeah.
while we still try to figure that out. We had the acting, the horrible acting
For
from
those
those
kids,
kids.
I can't breathe.
Breathe. Well,
Can you
shut up
make
then, you
more
stupid
air?
little. Yeah, I'm like, we have each other. Oh, and we're holding
Like
hands. Oh, I guess
I was starting to choke up a little bit last night when I was watching Bill and Ted Face the Music, and I got a similar feeling watching that scene, but for a completely different reason.
yeah, it was like, oh man, those poor kids, their acting careers are over, and that's where you were calling and joking from. It was like so sad. But no, so all right. The only reason we had those girls have that situation is that, of course, so Kendricks and Maya could see. Well,
The
so
power of
Kendricks could really.
friendship.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly. So then that happens, and then while we have the situation with the dome and what's the name trying to bring the lights out, that's where we notice. You're right that the Green Ranger is there, but once again, he's only there in like non-Sentai footage.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I wonder if maybe he wasn't there for that
Yeah,
episode.
I don't
Like,
know.
whatever they source stuff from.
I
Huh.
wonder. I'm gonna look it up in the notes for that episode.
It probably won't tell us anything. I wonder. But Josh did propose a good question to you guys out there, and if you guys happen to know the answer, if for some reason the Green Ranger wasn't supposed to be there or wasn't there, could you guys let us know? Because we love when you guys have that additional info. It kind of helps us feel good about everything.
Speaking about the chat, if any of you guys weren't aware, we hit 1,000 subscribers last week, and actually no, it was almost 2 weeks ago now that we hit it, and
Right.
we now have super chat again. So again, you guys are not required to super chat us in this show, but if you would like to support us and help us with everything that we do, like we're going to have the upcoming Viewing Globe next weekend and any of the other stuff that we have going on. Your super chats help support us make all that stuff look better. So we appreciate the support, and we appreciate that you are here with us. And looking at the notes,
Hmm.
it doesn't actually really say anything here about it. We've got the two little girls that Kendricks talks to that we were just shitting on their acting from. When everyone is losing consciousness, it looks like Kendricks and Maya helping her to realize her anger was misplaced.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, that's
I mean
understandable. That's what they were there for.
that was their entire purpose of being there. Uh,
Now, okay, my thing was with the dome. So we have a moment, and boom, here comes the dome, and it comes down. Everybody's locked out on the outside, and then we have our favorite character here, the man who's not a hero, not a villain, but just happens to be there. He's a protector of the lights, and that is Magna Defender. And there's a moment where they have an interaction between Magna Defender and the Red Ranger, and the Magna Defender sees him. And he's like, "Ugh, I thought you'd be here, Red Ranger." Like he's so
yeah, it's like
pissed at him.
this guy.
It's like him. Yeah, it's like, oh god, here goes this guy again. I'm a hero. Oh, my brother's missing. That's all you talk about. But so then he's gonna have his Toro Zord just bash a hole right into the force field, and he's like, here comes the Red Ranger with logic and says, "There's too much energy. Like the blowback, everyone inside will possibly die." Like, oh, I didn't think about that. I'm so glad they put that part in. But it was like, okay, now that that is the case, yo, dude, like, can you at least take a moment? But he's so full of rage. He's so full of anger, so full of hate, all backed by revenge. And so he's just like, I'm gonna do what I have to
Yep.
do. I have to save the lights of Orion no matter what. So, like, the lights of Orion are there to go ahead and protect people. Why would you do that?
He's kind of like it's a different story. It's kind of the opposite, but he's basically Ahab from Moby Dick. Like he's just got like this single track mind, and that's all he can focus on. And his hatred for what happened, or not hatred, but his trauma over what happened to his son, just has been
Mm-hmm.
driving him for so long that he doesn't know what else to do. So that's all he has is getting these lights to avenge his trauma.
You know what's traumatizing me? When I'm on a show and people are asking, hey, what happened to somebody who isn't on the show? And it's kind of like, what about me? I'm here. And I'm playing. Thomas,
I mean, to
Ella's
be,
still on vacation. Ella's still on vacation, man. She's going to be gone for, I think, probably 2 more weeks. And then her vacation will be done, and she'll be right back here. So trust me, Ella's safe. Ella's sound. She is on vacation, my friend. She needs some time to breathe. I don't blame her.
yeah,
I think when
yeah,
she
yeah.
comes back, maybe I'll go on vacation. No, I won't. I won't. I won't. I know I won't. I
I
can't
thought you
live
were on a
without her.
permanent vacation.
Right? Oh, hey, hey. That's called fired. How dare you? Oh, no, no. She'll be back in probably I think probably 2 weeks. So from
I'm
this
not
week,
not
give
100%
her two
positive
more
yet, but
episodes.
yeah. We'll figure it out. She's
Yeah,
been working a lot at her regular week job, so she needs some time
heck
to
yeah,
herself.
man. But no, Thomas Franco said it right there. The Magnum Defender is not evil. He's more of an anti-hero. He has a personal vendetta with
Yeah,
Scorpius.
he's almost like the Punisher.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. He's well, see, but that's the thing when people use the phrase anti-hero, because the thing is, not everyone falls into that kind of category. Sometimes people fall into a category of this is my job and that's all I'm
It's
doing. Once again, Ahab.
yeah.
Ahab is not a
It,
villain. He is not a hero. Ahab is obsessed with this one goal. And no matter what happens, I have to reach and achieve that goal. It's the same thing with Magna Defender.
it's morally gray.
Exactly, exactly. But so with that, they finally figure out a way to go ahead and handle the dome, and then we have a fight like we always do, and we end the episode pretty much ushering us into the next one. Like literally, it's just like, all right, it's over. Next one picks up, and here we go. We've got the lights that got away from us, floating through space, and that's how we start the next episode.
Yeah, well, Jared wants to chat about the monster for a moment here.
Oh yes, let's talk about the monster that
I
tried to get the license
I
and got beaten, Hendricks and Meyer.
so glad that he was beaten because I hated his voice. It
You know what? Yeah,
it
yeah.
like like I'm sorry to anyone who likes it, but to me, it was almost like Goku's original voice in the Japanese, like the original Japanese. I can't stand it.
Yeah, I
It was
agree.
just grating and irritating, and I was like, this guy needs to shut up.
I think that's kind of like why I wanted to just skip right over it. I was not a fan of that voice. It was annoying. I'm not saying like screeches on a
It
chalkboard,
was
but
close. It was
very close.
close.
Very sonically, it's almost on that same level or in that same color palette. You know, it's like that.
Yeah.
It's very close. Not a fan of that voice. I don't know who the voice actor was. I didn't
Yeah,
see it listed
I'm
in
not
the
sure
notes.
either.
But the thing is, I think no one wants to remember who it was. That's why they didn't mention it in notes because none of us were happy. So I like, and the people are telling you like they agree with you. Larry Newbill's like, yeah, don't blame you. Like he definitely understands. Not the biggest fan of that voice. Blackwing saying, "Larry, my guy," like he agrees with you. Like, dude, it's very true. That voice was not good. And the truth of the matter is, when it comes to some villains or some monsters, well, I mean, not some, all. The voice is what makes or breaks that character for me. It's the one thing that helps me truly connect with that
Yeah.
character. So if the voice is horrible, I really will try to just like forget it. I'm done. I hate that
Well, and
character.
there's some characters where you like hating them, like Joffrey on Game of Thrones. Like he was a character,
Yeah,
everyone just hated him, but it wasn't that they hated the guy playing the character. They hated his character. Like his character was just such a dick. And with this, like I don't know the guy that did the voice, but I hated it.
you know what? Hey, we could say that we hated the actor's choice.
Yes, or the director's choice that
That's
they
what
gave to the
I
actor.
hated the actor's choice. Yeah, because I mean, I doubt when they're like, all right, so they may have an archetype and say this is what we kind of want, you know, as far as a dialect or an inflection.
Yeah.
But then he or she has to really put that together.
Larry said.
And that's what,
Larry says that sounds like someone was choking a cat.
yeah, it was. He was like, oh, all right, well, that's it.
Yeah, it's just
That's the
like,
voice, and you're straight. Yeah, see, I don't know. Like it just voice acting is a very important medium in Power Rangers, and it feels to me like every once in a while we had those problems where someone would suggest something to the actor, and the actor takes it to heart and says, "I'm going to run with it." But sometimes I wish you would just run with it, like outside of the city and throw it in the
yeah,
river, and then
yeah,
come
yeah. Oh
with
man,
something.
I didn't realize something was out, and now I'm going to have to buy another movie later today. The Blur just popped in. Just says,
Watch it. Watch
let's
it.
say hello. And he's watching Superman: The Man of Tomorrow, which is a movie that I was really excited for, and just completely. I
Man,
thought it was next week that was coming out, but now I'm gonna
definitely excited. See, Blur,
have to pick
hey,
it
this is
up.
the great thing, bro. Because you happen to buy it or purchase it or rent it, you can watch it later and watch us right
That
now.
is a
So that's
solid
good.
fact.
I think that's what you should do, my friend. Do it because I'll find you. So, moving on with the
Yeah,
episode.
let's move on to the next one. The Lights of Orion was Orion Returns, and now we're looking at Orion Rising. Or no. Sorry, Orion Rising was the previous one. This one is Orion Returns.
That's right. So with this one, the biggest portion of it was essentially that the Lights of Orion being the good tools or devices of good and not evil, we find out that they are completely sentient, and they did something that yes, I know we would expect to see, but when I saw it, I was still like, oh, this is dope. Which is they chose the
But
Rangers.
I know we've made this reference before, but again, it kind of felt like the Green Lantern rings. Or the Green Lantern rings, they, when a lantern dies, it goes off of their hand, and it goes in and finds someone new who it feels is worthy, and this just further builds into that for me that's kind of what the Power Rangers as a unit are. Is they're like the Green Lantern Corps.
I love the Blur. Fine, I'll stay for you, not for Lost Galaxy. I know the Blur is not a big fan of Lost
Oh,
Galaxy. I'm
thank you
sorry.
for the super chat, Blur. We
Yes,
appreciate
thank
it.
you very much. Thank you very much. We definitely do appreciate it. Super chat. I definitely agree, and it is dope. Donnie Pearson, this is dope. I didn't know that, but his orchestral mock-up recreation of George Gershwin's Rhapsody in Blue is now streaming on
Oh,
SoundCloud. So
nice.
if you guys haven't checked that out, definitely
Yeah,
do.
Donnie, post the
Also,
link. Donnie, post the link in here.
exactly.
Actually, no, sorry, you might not be able to post it in here. Post it in the Illuminati's inner circle.
Yeah, definitely, man. I mean, look, you are creative. You're making something. We want the world to know, man. So go ahead and make sure to head over there and put that there. And then also think about making us some theme music.
Oh yeah,
Honestly, we
yeah.
would love to have something that we can go ahead and promote. Every time the show comes on, your music will play, and we'll make sure to go ahead and give you the big up every time. So if you want to, go ahead and make it done. And there are a lot of you guys out there that are like, you guys are artists in so many different ways. If you guys want to go ahead and do some fan art, also make some music, you're writers, anything, submit some
Actually,
stuff to us, guys.
I've
We'll highlight
Donnie, reach out to me on Twitter. Hit me up at Vogue on Poetry Slam. If you are down for it, uh, we could use music not only for this show, but also for our new Lower Decks reviews for Star Trek. I am going to be posting the first episode of our Lower Decks review, which is actually reviewing episode 4. That should be up either later tonight or tomorrow, featuring the cosplayer Crystal Star, who is new and has just joined up with the Illuminerdi. But we could also use one for our upcoming Star Trek show for Discovery when that comes back. So you and I will talk. I'll make it worth your while to get us some music.
Heck yeah. Metal Ryan Cluster, if you're good at graffiti art, like you're saying, man, go ahead and post it on the Illuminati or hit one of us up on via Twitter. You can send it over to us. We'll make sure that we go ahead and highlight it for you, man. And also, we do have a viewing globe coming up, and we have a section or a portion kind of carved out for just the Ranger community to be able to share the gifts that they have as far as, once again, art, music, sketches, anything. Go ahead and submit that over to us. We will do what we can to make sure that we spotlight you because you guys deserve it. It's about the fans, so let's make sure that we include the
I
fans in it.
believe I believe our
Yes.
cutoff for that is Wednesday. I think we need all like anything that you guys are submitting needs to be in by
Everything.
Wednesday to make sure
And
that we can get it edited into the show.
yeah, and that's kind of cutting it close. Honestly, I would tell you guys Tuesday. I'm being honest because Wednesday it may be one of those where it's like, "What's this? Don't have time,"
Mm-hmm.
and it's gonna go away because I know I'm gonna be very lazy on Wednesday. So if anything comes across my desk, it may become trash. And if I see something come across somebody else's desk when they're not paying attention, I'm possibly throwing it away too.
Schedule
So
time.
Tuesday.
Josh washes hair. Wednesday.
Yeah, see, there you go. So, guys, Tuesday would probably be better. But yeah, if you can't, Wednesday. But let us know on Tuesday you got something coming. But for the other portion, oh, amazing designer I saw on Twitter. Yeah, I started to amazing. Oh, okay. All right, cool. Well, definitely, guys, make sure to share some stuff. Viewing Globes coming up. Still, we have a lot of shows here that can use your help. So, going on with the
Yeah,
episode, there.
Impostra. What did you
Yes,
think?
here it is. Um, she had she had a name.
Yep. And
That's
you know,
about it.
it kind of like Trecheron. We were talking about this earlier. Every time they say his name, Trecheron, I'm like, it just reminds me of in Bumblebee when John Cena is talking with all the other government people, and he's like, "Are you guys sure we should be trusting them? Their name is Decepticons." Like, am I
Yeah,
the only one
but
that
the
gets
thing is,
that?
but the thing is, Trecheron actually a very loyal guy. Yeah, I mean, he didn't do anything wrong. It seems like someone
Yeah.
else did something wrong. Trakita, well, hey, she's a trickster, man. She's the one that you should worry about. Trecheron didn't do anything wrong. He came here to do a job. He told Termite God or whatever, "I'm gonna do this for you," and that's what he came here to do. And then he pretty much gets not even double crossed, but like all the blame gets pinned on him for Trakina. And
He gets turned into a scapegoat
yes,
or
exactly.
framed, I
So
guess.
so it's like really, I dig him, and he now has become for me a very sympathetic character.
Now, like I think I missed this at in the story description here on fandom, it says at the end, uh, Magna Defender condemns himself for failing to get the lights and leaves the place. I saw that Tretra got arrested.
Oh
Did
yeah,
I miss
yeah.
that? How did I
Remember,
miss that?
when we start the third episode, remember
Oh, right.
Tretron is in.
He got is arrested the right word? Because
Yeah, I think
he was taken prisoner by Scorpius, right?
yeah, he got arrested. He got detained. Blah
Okay.
blah blah blah
No,
blah.
I was expecting like when I read arrested, I thought like they like on uh Terra Venture like he was walking away in cuffs.
Oh, like in
Yeah, I was
cuffs.
like, when did I miss this?
Oh no. Terra Venture is completely inept. They would never be able to arrest him. So
That would be so great though.
that would have been hilarious to see. Where it's like after everything that's happened, he's like, "What? What are you? Oh, come on, guys, look, I, I, I was hired to do a job," and he's like, "They're like, shut up, buddy. Yeah, we've heard it about Fowler." And they throw
Man,
him in jail.
I want to see someone do like a fan film that's like cops in the Power Rangers universe
No one would ever be arrested, and you know why?
because they
It's
all
because
explode.
it's with a super chat right now, and the blur says sometimes I like a team power up. This is not one.
This one was interesting.
I don't disagree with him. This power up was dumb. It was just a gauntlet.
I mean, there was like the armband.
It's still a gauntlet. I mean, it just had the arm part so it can hold on
Yeah,
properly, or it
and
looks
then
clean.
did the Megazord get upgraded in this one or the next episode?
I think it's the next one.
Because that one was I was kind of like, yeah.
Yeah, You know what, Blur? I agree with you. Sometimes I do like a team power up, but this one's not the one. This is the one that's really forgetful. I didn't care what happened as far as this. Ooh, here goes the we built it up. We added once again a gauntlet and some extra pieces on
Yeah,
the
I was just like,
on.
I don't know. I mean, to me though, this is better than the Battleizer upgrade in space because
Uh,
at least this everyone has this thing now instead of just one dude who's like, we have this Battleizer armor and I'm the only one that's gonna use it.
Oh, dude. Well, this one it is better that it's a whole team thing. But Blackwing even points it out. I hate the flaw that it only works if all five are together. If they're not
I
all there, the gauntlet and they don't get the Zord thing, it like none of that happens.
I'm iffy with that because on the one hand it's the lights of Orion, so it makes sense that all of the lights have to be together for the upgrade to work. But on the other
Mhm.
hand, it's kind of a dumb plot device.
Blur even says it. It seems like they can't win without using it anyway. But then we have to all five be together.
Right.
Like one
Like that
is like, but I've got to use the restroom. Nobody has it.
like obviously we saw it for the first time in these episodes here where they found out, oh, all five of us have to be together for it to work. But now my fear is that that's going to be a trope going forward is that we can't defeat this guy because we need the lights and Damon is missing again. Or
Yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah, it's like, oh god, it's his birthday again. You're like, wait, no, it's not. He was already. Just go with it's his birthday. I'm not gonna say what you guys think I'm gonna say about him being late. You're like, oh, okay, it's his birthday. So I don't know. They may go through that. I don't know. But my thing is like, it's just. I understand they're a team, and together we are stronger. That's the Ranger phrase
right.
lately. But the problem is, hey, sometimes we just all need to be able to be powerful just in case. Like if there's some situation happening and only two of us are going out and fighting inside of, let's say, a hypothetical dome and no one else can get in, it would be great if we had those upgrades, But we're not
Yes,
going to have that ever happen.
I'm sure they'll get another one before the season's over.
Oh, most likely. Most likely. I'm hearing whisperings of something called SWAT mode, and I'm like, whoa, I don't know what that is, but I guess I'm ready for it.
Do they get a van?
That would be good. SWAT van. But then it rides up, doors open, and they're all dressed in black, and then they just, like, you're like, what happens? And then they come back to the clip, and all the bad guys are just dead. You're like, whoa,
Huh.
this
They
show
just
is
slowly
different.
back away.
Yeah, you're like, this show is different. And they're like, all
Thomas
right.
Franco is heading out. He's been up since 6:30. I do not blame you. After my last week at work, I've been super tired myself. So have a good night, Thomas, and we'll see you
Hey,
next time.
thank you for hanging as much as you did, man. I mean, right now it's like 9:47 over there. I do not blame you if you've been up since 6:30.
It's
Good
a
night.
long
Thank
day.
you for joining. Definitely do appreciate it. For everybody else that's still here with us, let's continue. We're gonna go through this because we're making sure that we give you all the info you need concerning the show. But so at the end of this episode, what did we have that was monumental? I really am trying to think about it. We got our Lights of Orion. We got our upgrade.
I
And
think Magna Defender came to the self-realization that he is going about things the wrong
oh,
way.
yeah, that's right. That's right.
I don't think it's fully hit him yet, but I think he's starting to realize, okay, maybe the method that I'm using to try and do this is not really working out so well.
Well, thank God it finally took that long for it to happen. But we also start to notice some other things coming up within these episodes. The Magna Defender keeps, like, I guess, losing power, powering down. He had it during a fight with Trakina, and he's like, "Oh, what's happening?" And then we go to our Red Ranger,
He's having
and I'm
flashes
just
of his
this up.
brother.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just building this up, but we already know what
Yeah,
it is.
yeah,
But hey, let's not say it. All right, guys, we're all doing it together because L's gonna be here soon. We don't want to ruin anything.
So okay,
But
so
so
maybe it's Jason Todd. No,
I would
no.
be interested, but it's almost. You tell me that that's pretty much not what the Magna Defender is. Come on, guys. For all of us that do know, look. Hey, L, stop watching for a few moments. So, yes, Magna Defender is pretty much Red Hood. Think
More or
about it.
less.
Just dude, that's all we're saying. All right. Ellie, you can watch back now. So, with that happening and everything that's going on with that for the Magna Defender, he starts feeling, oh yeah, I'm a bad person and all this stuff. He starts to appeal more to his human side. And at the same time, while that's happening, here we go with um, the Leo, and he starts to sense Mike,
Mm-hmm.
not even just have flashback. He is sensing Mike, and we're starting to see these two line up, and we're gonna get to it. But I gotta say, bravo for them on some good foreshadowing, because this is a kid's show. Sometimes you have to be heavy-handed with it, and that's exactly what they're doing. Kind of like, all right, you guys better remember some of these moments. This expositional moment is not just filler, and I gotta say, thank them for that. It's good. I mean, it's them thinking ahead and trying to build a story. Yeah, it may be heavy-handed, but it's a great thing to
Mm-hmm.
do. Trying to train your audience to think a little bit more, to remember things, to kind of be interested in different ways of storytelling from what they're used to. And that's something that they do pretty well in these recent episodes.
Yeah,
And I got to say, I like that.
yeah. Like
I do.
I've got my complaints about specific moments, but overall, these episodes were actually pretty good.
Yeah, honestly. Honestly. Like,
So let's move on to Shark Tech. 'Cause I know you have sort of a deadline that or a
hey,
thing
guys,
going on.
I've got a little bit of a family function. My mom's boyfriend, aka I could say stepdad, but he's not. They're not married. Anyway, we're celebrating his birthday, and I'm gonna finish this and then go eat some amazing food.
I mean,
You guys didn't hear it from me.
I didn't get to celebrate my birthday because of stuff.
Hey, you stop it! You stop it! It's this beautiful man's birthday, and we're celebrating it. It was 2 weeks ago, and we're celebrating it
That's
now.
fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'll get over it.
Oh, you're strong. You can. You're Josh. We do have to do something. I don't know. We're going to figure out, but we'll
Eventually.
do something.
I
We'll do,
know I think I've mentioned this to you before. I want to do a big thing provided things are actually open next year when my birthday comes around because of the year that it is, which I am not going to mention. People should be able to figure it out on their own if they're smart. I want to do a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy party.
Oh, hey, my birthday's in December. I'm gonna be 40, guys. And if you're giving me money, then you can celebrate it with me. If you're not, my birthday didn't happen for you. So moving on. Hey, hey, I'm just being real. I'm being real. Being real. When you get old, they say you can say rude things, and nobody can say anything.
Yeah,
So
yeah. It's just he's from a different time, guys. It's fine.
from a different time,
It's fine.
it's
It's the
different. It's
'80s.
different. But yeah, hey, yeah, right. It's literally 1980, so I can do what I want.
The blur says that he
80.
did like Leo's leather jacket in the episodes.
You know what? I got to say, I agree with you, Blur. Blur, you are on it today, man. Because really, his leather jacket just looked like we found this hanging in the the wardrobe room, and we were like, we need to layer him, and they just threw it on. It
You
doesn't
know,
go with.
I've tried like I've always wanted like a leather jacket, and I know you. I mean, I've got that brown one that
Yeah.
kind of sort of works, but like I really wanted to get like an Indiana Jones one when I was a kid, and like even one like Leah was wearing there, and I've tried them on, and I just can't find one that like looks right on me, because I'm a skinny dude. Not as skinny as I used to be, but I'm still, I got a small build, so they just kind of look weird.
So, you know what? For me, I guess I can fill them in, but I can't do the ones without like I can't do the motorcycle ones because I'm not a skinny dude, and so it's just like big man in the
Yeah,
little,
yeah,
so
yeah,
it
yeah.
just all the time. Uh, I don't know. Maybe I'm just gonna steal something from like DJ's wardrobe and then like put it on because DJ's like buff,
Yeah.
so it's like yeah, fucking I can buff and fat come close. So I'm just gonna like, hey DJ, I know you're doing like the Crimson Bloodline thing for the Ranger thing,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
let me just have your jacket for a week or something. Also, that Crimson Bloodline thing, the Bloodlines. I am looking forward to that. That is a fan
It looks
film
pretty
that
dope.
I am definitely looking forward to. Like Chris was saying some things about it that was like, "Yo, you need to see this." And then after that, I talked to DJ for a little bit, and he was saying how great it is, and I was just like, "Okay, guys, you don't have to sell me on it anymore. I'm definitely gonna watch this because it's connected to um call it? Not Unworthy, but the new one, Shattered Past.
Okay.
So it's really dope, man. What they're doing there is amazing. But we'll talk about that
Yeah.
another time. Um,
Thank you for the belated birthday wishes, Jonathan. Witches. Did I say witches? I think I said witches.
which
Wishes.
we'll edit that. We'll edit
I'll
it
fix
in
it in post.
post.
I'll fix it in post. It's fine.
Yeah,
It's fine.
exactly. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But oh wow, the blur says he plans to get a nice long raincoat like his avatar. Oh, I
I
see it.
have
Okay.
I have the Gordon's fisherman long yellow raincoat.
Hey, it keeps the ladies going,
You know,
man. This is what it does.
gotta do what I can.
I want to see a ranger wear that one day, and not the grandmother of a ranger, but the actual
Right.
ranger.
So what did you think of the other villains in this episode? We got the was it the Shark Brothers?
Oh, okay. You know what?
Yeah, Shark Brothers.
I only like them because they were they pretty much worked for Trecheron, and they were loyal too because they knew exactly who betrayed him
Mm-hmm.
when he was in jail and everything. That was dope. I love it how it's like he had his own little team. That were like, all right, we're here and we're dedicated to you, even if no one else is. And it was like, oh, okay, I like them for that. But as far as the aesthetic and visually, I wasn't turned off by them. I was.
Honestly, I kind of liked them a little bit better than Impostra.
Oh,
Because we've talked about this before. It's weird to me when the masks have mouths and they look like they're supposed to be a face and not a mask, but the mouth doesn't move.
exactly. That's the thing that's like, oh boy. I know that's where it gets weird,
Like with the
but
Ranger helmets, it's fine because it's a helmet. It's not someone's face. So even though it's got
exactly.
lips,
I,
I can tell that that's supposed to be
I,
part of it.
yeah, I've always asked the question though, why do they even have to have lips?
Yeah,
It's like
yeah,
just make it like Optimus Prime's mouth, just a straight like kind of shield slit there, and that's like, yeah, that's fine. We don't need lips because the lips are kind of like, well, why? And then you always want to ask the
They're
question,
doing duck face.
like when what's his name pulls
Tommy.
up the da, 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 you're like, we really just went too far with it.
It's
I
like,
mean,
how is the air getting out of there?
yeah, how is this working at all? It's not. Why don't we just stop
And
lying
you
to
know how I
ourselves?
know that wouldn't work? I saw a video on Twitter yesterday of some dude trying to blow out a candle while he was wearing a mask and he couldn't do it.
He couldn't do it. They also made fun of the fact that their mask has the lips, and Tommy does the thing on the Power Ranger Ninja Turtle crossover comic.
Oh, really?
Angelo makes the first bit, and then Raphael finishes the joke.
Nice.
It's hilarious. Like Raphael, like Michelangelo's like, "Why do you guys have lips on those? There's helmets. What's that there for?" And then Raph is like, "Yeah." And why does he blow the flute like on his mouth, but he's not blowing on it? I don't understand. And they're
I'll have to
like,
read
"Yeah,
that.
it's weird."
I think I've got the trade for that.
It's good. It's actually very good. Man, I was like, oh, Jether should be singing the praises of it every day, and I don't know why he isn't. It's actually really good.
I'll have to check it out.
But so I actually dug those two, the Shark Brothers. I thought they were good. I didn't have a problem.
What about going back to Leo and Mike here? Leo hearing Mike saying "Good will always win." It's like in his head.
It was something he said before, so it's not something we can truly make fun of or like be like,
Well,
oh, this is
but
stupid.
do you
It's something he
think
said.
it was just like a thing that Leo was hearing, or do you think that was actually Mike connecting with him?
I think that was Mike connecting with him because when it happened, who was around when that happened? No one was around. Was it? It was during a fight, right?
Yeah, what was it? I think it was. Um, yes,
I want to say.
yeah. Because it distracted him while he was in the fight.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Was what's his name around? The Jester's favorite character.
The Magnet Defender. I
Yeah. Or did he already run
I
away
I
because
th-
of his?
I I I don't think so because I think it was just a fight between Leo and Treacheron.
Okay,
Because
cool.
Mike
So,
because the voice distracted him and Treacheron got the swing in on him.
oh yeah, that's right. That's right. So
That's why
then
he ended up in the infirmary or whatever.
that's right. He got the hard hit. So actually, I think it was Mike reaching out to him, especially since now we know exactly what's going on. I think it was Mike reaching out to him less than him remembering Mike,
It's
and I mean, it is a plot
yeah.
device that's used in many, and it's one that was carefully placed and properly placed for this type of show.
Yeah,
My opinion.
it worked.
Yeah, I mean, sure it's cheesy, but hey, we're watching a kid
Yeah,
show, and it's one that if it happened on other things, it would make
yeah,
sense too.
because
Like,
I've also
so,
recently they added Thundercats to Hulu, both the original '80s series and the 2011 reboot. So I started with the '80s series, and when I finish with that, I'll move up and I'll do the 2011 reboot, which was so good, and I'm so angry that it got canceled. But the original '80s version was very much a kids show, and to me, the writing in Thundercats honestly feels a lot like the writing in Power Rangers, where it's heavy-handed lessons that they're trying to teach in the episodes through sometimes rather heavy-handed plot devices like the kids holding hands
definitely.
and saying,
I mean,
"Oh, at least we've
yeah,
got each other," and like all that kind of stuff. But for a
yeah,
kid show, it works. Watching it back now as an adult, you're like, I liked this when I was a kid, but you can see it. But Lino talking with Jaga, it was kind of the same thing because Lino would be doing something and Jaga would pop into his head. Lino, do you think that's a good idea?
true, true. I mean, yeah, you know what? Look, I'm not gonna roast my childhood because so much stuff that we saw, we could do that
Oh
for
yeah,
days. But you're right. You're right when you say that. Like with the whole Jaga coming up, and he's like, "Is that smart? Maybe you shouldn't drink that alcohol, whatever it was." And it's like, "Yeah, you're right. You're right, ghost of my dad, or whatever." And like, it made sense. So getting it here, it's the same thing. I mean, it's just like Pinocchio. Here we go with Jiminy Cricket.
Yeah.
We don't get that Jiminy Cricket, who is a true manifestation of a conscience. So we get aspects of it that come through as ghosts, as memories, as things like that. And once again, definitely works. Yes, you're right, Blur. Should Captain Planet be rebooted? Yes. Also, what you can do, they did have a kind of
Don
them
Cheadle.
coming back for yeah, I was gonna say, well, there's
Oh, you're
Don
talking about the
Cheadle's right.
the OKKO.
There you go. I was just gonna say they
I
did
actually
come
really
back.
like OKKO.
Okay,
That show is actually
yeah,
really fun.
that show is very
Mm-hmm.
smart, very funny. But that they did bring it back for one episode of OKKO. I would suggest watching it. It's on Cartoon Network. If you have Hulu, you can see it there, or you can just go on the Cartoon Network's app, watch it for free. See, hey guys, I'm helping you to see things and not steal it, like I'm gonna do with Superman Man of Tomorrow. So with that being the case, I'm not an example or anything to follow. I'm not a basketball player. It doesn't matter. So, uh, the pretty much this episode just help us to confirm that the Rangers now know how to use the lights of Orion, and that they are safe with the Rangers. And Trakina is definitely a little weasel,
Yep.
and uh, and she'll stop at nothing to get what she wants. I would not be shocked if there comes a moment where Trakina has to end up killing someone, like her father, to get on top.
Yeah.
I feel like that wouldn't be a shock. I know I read something about what does happen, but I wouldn't be shocked if that is something where she even has to think about, like, if I kill him, I'll be on top. And will I do it or will I won't? Like, one of those. She's a character with a very like loose moral system where it's set for there doesn't loyalty is only as important as you are
Yeah.
to me. If you've outlived your purpose, my loyalty to you is gone. And I think that extends to everyone, not
Oh yeah.
just to like
She's
minions.
out for herself. If you can't help her, then what good are you?
Exactly, she's a user, and it's like I'm definitely going to
Yeah.
see it.
And
I'm,
I'm also now realizing I screwed up on my notes. We
uh
actually should have watched the next episode for this week as well, because
Oh, because
the
this,
next episode is
yeah,
the end of the Magna Defender arc.
well,
So I
we'll
apologize for that.
say it.
That was my bad with reading which episodes we were going over today. So I apologize for that, guys. So next week we will be ending the Magna Defender series instead of this week, and we'll try and do a little bit better with the way we're grouping the episodes, starting 2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, well, Donnie Pearson says he gives it a 10 out of 10 for the episodes 12 through 14. And for us, I think he gave us, like, just completely 10 out of 10, which I definitely appreciated. Jared Hodges says she sounds like the type that would do that. I'm glad
Mm-hmm.
that someone is saying finally Daniel's right, because I don't hear it too much. The Blur says she is too like princess, like it seems like she's too much of a princess, which means yeah,
Yeah.
she will do what she wants to do. And it's very true, just like you said, she's a user, man. I mean, not even a question about it.
So while the guys in the chat here are giving out their scores for the episodes, these three, what do you rate them?
I'm gonna rate all three with one rating. And all three episodes, they're gonna lie in the middle. Because at moments they had moments of greatness, but other portions were just like, oh, uh, some of the blaring or glaring mistakes were
Ooh,
too
sorry, I'm
large
gonna
for.
cut you off there for 1 second. The blur popped in.
Uh,
I apologize again. There is no retro next weekend because of the viewing globe. So 2 weeks from now. is when
That's
we'll be
right.
back with that with the finale for the Magna Defender series or
Definitely, definitely.
arc, Magna Defender arc. My brain is kind of
And it's everywhere, man. We're busy. We're drowning in work, so it's kind of like forget about it. But yes, thank you, Donnie. May the power protect you as well. So with it, these episodes, putting them all together, damn, the Blur is on it. I was literally gonna give it an average score of 3, but we're doing out of 5. So this one gets. I'm doing what I hate other people doing. This gets a 2.7, like a weird kind of portion because it's not exactly a 3, but it's not a 2. So like
yeah. No,
2 point.
I feel you there. I am going to agree with most of the chat here. I'm going with a 3. It was a very average set of episodes. Um, my feelings on that may change in 2 weeks once we see the finale of this arc. Uh,
That's right.
I think because that's one of the reasons that we were trying to group the episodes together a little bit better was so that we have a little bit better fleshed out storyline. So rather than watching these as 3 individual 20-minute episodes, we're watching them as 1 hour pieces or like
Exactly,
an
and
hour and 20 minutes
it's
or
like,
whatever it would have
well,
been.
hey, and it's like, hey, yeah, we know, sorry, we did mess up, but everybody else is saying, hey, don't worry about it. It's just more content that
So
they're
I'm
able to
sorry
look
I'm boring
forward
you.
to and enjoy. Oh, come on. I thought I was going to really get you with that contagious yawn, but apparently it's not digital. Don't worry.
Soon,
You'll yawn
soon, soon,
someday.
soon.
Soon.
I used to do that to
But,
my dog. I would just go to my dog and be like, ugh.
and
The
then it
dog
would
starts
just,
doing it.
yeah, dude, and that's so amazing to me because it's like literally, it is psychological and it's just, how did that, oh my God, I'm looking at the video. God damn it. I just got myself with it because I'm watching us, and it's a delay, and then I look up
Nice.
and I'm yawning, and I was like, oh no, and I just got myself. Oh God, I'm so stupid. But so I'm weak, guys. I'm clearly weak and susceptible to that. If you think you can hypnotize someone, I'm probably that guy apparently. But yeah, I give it a 3. You give it a 3. I'm giving it a 2.7. I'm seeing a bunch of 3s throughout. Blackwing, still don't know what you think about it yet, and I am interested in finding out. But yeah, everybody's kind of
The Blur
like,
says, don't
eh.
worry, it's Lost Galaxy. Boredom is acceptable.
Thank you, thank you. All right, that's good. That's good, man. LeBlanc, I need this season to be over so I can really like look back at it and just say to myself, he was right the whole time, or he wasn't right. What about this and that and the other? Because this season is really divisive. There are people that love it, but the reasons they love it are for particular characters and not the entire show. So that does say
Listen,
something about it.
listen.
Jezra this
It's
season because of Matt
it's
Defender.
fine. We've only got 30 episodes left.
Yeah, we'll get there
So that's
soon.
like
I mean,
two
doing like
months
4 episodes. Yeah, we
ish.
do 3, sometimes 4 episodes. We'll get there. But so now we know what we thought. We know what Josh thought, and we also know what the audience thinks. I think we've done our job for
Yeah, the
today.
sun is starting to set on you, so I believe it is definitely time for
I
us
know,
to
right?
go.
Yeah, yeah. I'm shocked. I'm looking at like, man, it's good and dark in here, which means I won't be seen
Yeah,
soon. So
I
better get
didn't
ready.
even realize it until about a minute ago when I looked at you. I was like, why do you look darker now? Like it
But
was
at
just
least
such a
the
gradual
way
shift to get that dark where I didn't notice it until I was like, huh.
the camera, at least the way the camera like it
Yeah,
looks
yeah,
here on Skype, it's like, wow, I can't see you. But then I'm looking at the repeat like on TV, and it's like, oh, all right, it doesn't look that bad, but still, it's getting close. So with that, what do we got coming up next?
Coming up next, we've got wrestling in about 50 minutes. I'm not sure exactly what they're going to be talking about tonight, but I'm sure they do, and I'm sure it will be great. So all of you
We
guys should
got Jay,
join.
we, we got Jay, we got Pump, and we got Nathan Haskell. Nathan actually just did a rap battle. If you guys don't know about it, please watch the rap battle, and then after that, tune in to the show and either congratulate him or talk a lot of mess. It doesn't matter. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fantastic. They've got a bunch of info concerning wrestling. If you guys aren't caught up with wrestling, watch this episode. Now is the time to catch up because it's what's popular. It's what's big right now because it's still live and it's still happening while everything else is not happening. So trust me, enjoy it. Wrestling is a beautiful soap
And
opera to enjoy.
outside, and again, don't forget to tune into the Viewing Globe next week. Follow us on, make sure you're following the Illuminerdi on Twitter and Instagram for all the latest updates on who's going to be joining and special guests and all that kind of stuff. Outside of everything it is that we do, I'm going to go ahead and recommend that you guys watch Lower Decks, the Star Trek cartoon from some of the co-creators, or sorry, not co-creators, showrunners from Rick and Morty. It is, if you're into Star Trek and sci-fi, it's a fantastic show. You guys should be watching Lovecraft Country if you liked Watchmen, Lovecraft on HBO. Lovecraft County Country is really good. Raised by Wolves looks like something that I'm going to be watching as well. And there's something else. Superman Man of Tomorrow. I'll be watching that this week. Feel free to hit me up on Twitter about any of these things that you guys are watching, and we'll chat about it.
One thing people still want to know, especially the blur is asking right now, Riker maneuver, man.
So we'll be back with the Riker maneuver in 2 weeks. Unfortunately, yesterday I was driving home again from Santa Cruz because of the whole job thing. So I wasn't able to be here for it. But we will be back with, I believe it's episode 8 of the series in the second weekend of September.
All right, guys. So you guys are caught up. Now all you got to do, take it like homework, enjoy, watch, and be ready to hear us discuss about it, and also be ready to discuss yourself. That's the great thing about the live chat. You are part of the show. So make sure to tell your friends. So this way, you look like the coolest person because we'll definitely speak to someone who we recognize. So they'll say something, and we may ignore it, but you'll say something, and we'll. So tell all of your friends. This way, you can look like a star.
Okay, while we're talking about that stuff here, let me see. I'm gonna pop over my profile for just a second here. I am at 441 followers, so I am not a popular guy on Twitter right now. So you guys can help me get to 500. Let's make that a thing. Once we get to 500, I'll dig through some of the shit that I've got in my closet, and I'll send someone something. I don't know.
Oh,
maybe it'll be this tape measure, or maybe it'll be this packet of silicone gel that you should not eat. We don't know. It'll be something.
Hey, who knows? That's the fun of it all. It can go anywhere. It can go sideways, buddy. So you guys make sure that we can get Josh to 500. Hashtag Josh 500 Club. Let's get it there. I like it. Okay? Hashtag Josh 500 Club. Let's make it a thing. Tell your friends. Josh, that means you have to be able to tweet at least 3 times a day.
I think I'm generally there. Either replying to other stuff or I can do that.
And make it fun, make it relevant, make them actually want to be able to, like, oh man, you take the judges, like it'll be great.
Yeah, it'll be fun. We'll do stuff.
I mean, we're in a Twitter war with an idiot right now, so you guys should go ahead and follow what's happening on Illuminerdi. I probably shouldn't say that, and the powers that be are going to be mad at me, but who cares? So, guys, thank you guys for tuning in. Okay, well then there you go. He's one of the powers that be. There you go. Pull the curtain back. Once again, guys, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. We always appreciate it. It's the best time of the week for me to be able to communicate with you guys about something that I love, and Power Rangers is definitely it. And it's cool to see Josh learning more about it and really getting into it.
I'm right now. I'm really excited to get to what was it? RPM? Was that the one that we watched that one night? Yeah.
That is the one we're playing. So yeah, help us get there, but also help Josh get the 500. So remember, hashtag Josh 500 Club, and we'll look forward to speaking to you guys next week. And until then, may the power be with you guys.
Later, guys. I'm hitting the wrong button.